with Georgia and Texas A&M, and I wasn't expecting those guys to respond so soon. It's going to be short and simple, but we just making sure guys, come and do their interview, and then we get up out of here. The top 10 team in recruiting. There was top 10 as far as ranking, and they had a chance to show why there was 97 rated. They were damn near 99 rated football team. Fell short. Now it's time to start questioning if this team is really, if they're really good. Are they really led by the right head coach, and that is massive, or there's definitely some questions we have in Texas. You guys know this is Stephen A. Smith show, and we don't sugarcoat anything. Definitely appreciate Texas A&M and Georgia for getting back with this interview. Let's go ahead and play this video clip. But I'm very interested to know just what's going on with Texas A&M. They struggled against an unranked Colorado football team that they should have won at least by 2-3 possessions. They lost to USC in the season opener, and is the problem. And this is not the only team I'm going to start questioning in these recaps. I've obviously questioned LSU. I feel like LSU been winning as of late, but teams like that should be winning games. There's no excuses. This is a 96 rated football team all across the board. And so let's take a listen to hear what Texas A&M had to say. I will say Georgia is 99 rated, if I'm not mistaken. But, I mean, it's not like it's that big of a difference. It's about who's the coach and who's not the coach. Yeah, he's been doing a great, great job at recruiting, which is why he's part of the Stephen A. Smith Best Recruiter back-to-back incentive award winner. So it's no surprise to me as far as me handing out incentives. This is Texas A&M.
Yeah, Stephen A., let me correct you on that one. I think you got it mixed up. That was bad. And when I said I had one of the best young kids and the best drafts, I didn't say I had the best recruiting class. I had top 5, top 10 recruiting class. But that's nevertheless because we don't look at this loss as our kids weren't up to the caliber of the Georgia kids, which as in a statement, that is the truth. But, they are a better team than us. They have better students than us. But we do have a good recruiting class, but if you look at our recruiting class, if you just go to the recruiting, I don't think you'd go to our recruiting breakdown. But if you go to our team breakdown, we have like 5 or 7 seniors. 5 or 7 seniors. We have like 35, actually 20, about 30 freshmen. 30 freshmen, about 20, 30 sophomores. So, not that many juniors. So, as much as with the last 2 years of recruiting class have been great, a lot of those guys were redshirted. Some of them are freshmen now. Then we got some true freshmen. We got a lot of freshmen, a lot of underclassmen on the team. And it might take a year for them to grow. Will we go to the playoffs this year? I think so. I think we're capable of doing it. I think that we've just seen them tested 3 straight games with no matter how the USC and Colorado kids may have been, they were still good users. And then we move into a great team and a great user. And, week 4, it doesn't stop. And then we got Alabama, we got another SEC team, we got LSU, we got teams. It's going to be like this every year, So, just like the Cowboys team, we have to just put our head down and week to week and get better each week. We got a quarterback controversy, we got a running back controversy, we got all the elephant in the room that I don't talk about is that, we lost 4 receivers last year. We lost 4 corners last year. We got 4 freshman corners. This red shirt. We got a lot of young freshmen and sophomore corners that'll probably be good. That are so good that they may even go to the NFL next year. We hope that they stay and we can be, one of the 99 greats and have everybody well-tuned. But I think the problem is that a lot of our guys are talented, but they're still young. We means their play recognition and awareness is still a little low. And, we got to come out and make better plays on defense, and we got to make better plays on offense as well, and move the ball better, and, get out our own head, We got tough opponents, and we're going to have tough opponents. So we got to get out our own head and just relax and make sure that we execute the plays that are presented in front of us, read the defenses better, and don't put too much weight on these great players that's in front of us. Thanks for having the time, Stephen. Thanks for your time, and, we'll turn this around eventually. We're going to be in the playoffs, mark our words. Thank you.
Bold statement. Texas A&M has added more pressure on themselves by stating that they are going to be in the playoffs. Stephen A. Smith keeps track of everything when it comes to statements about having the best draft class in the National Football League, when it comes to having statements about having one of the best recruiting class, and statements like, going to make the playoffs. So that is something we're definitely going to lock into our head before we get to Georgia interview. But the schedule does not get any easier for Texas A&M. Obviously, with them being in the SEC, very, very tough conference. One of the reasons why I wanted to go to the SEC for just a good challenge. But you guys can read my hat and you can see my logo. It's not anything out of the ordinary of why I chose Colorado. You guys see that. But yeah, the schedule doesn't get any better. They got an unranked Kentucky team. I feel like they will beat LSU. They got a number one ranked team as far as LSU. They have to play on the road. They also have to play Florida. They can beat Florida, I think. They got Missouri. They have a top 10 Michigan football team that they will be on the road. They got Bama, very good team right there, although we did give them the win, but that's going to be a tough game right there, which I think they can still beat Bama, just going off strength of schedule. And then they have Ole Miss. So not an easy schedule. Me personally, I think that they're not going to make the playoffs, but I do have them being bowl eligible. Moving on, we got Georgia. Georgia definitely have shown what it's like to not only have the best recruiting class, but also having it translate over to the football field. It's one thing, and again, it's not anything. I'm not throwing shade at Texas A&M. I want to make that very clear. This is just the Stephen A. Smith Show, and we have to be honest on this channel. We have a very good audience that's been chiming in as of late, and we have to be honest. I mean, teams like Texas A&M, teams like Georgia, teams like LSU, teams like Nebraska. Obviously, Nebraska will always win, but teams that's 90 plus rated, I think, especially when you get into the 95 and up, you should be winning games. There's no excuse when it comes to that. Moving on, Georgia is a team, as I said before, they have a 99 rated team, and they are showing what it's like to have a 99 rated team. Everything translate over, not just in recruiting, but in performance as well, which is what matters the most.
What's up, Stephen A? Hey, man. Dogs up into I think right now on the road, one of the loudest and toughest places to play in the nation. And we did exactly what I've been hoping to see, dominance from start to finish. Now, there were a couple of big plays given up that was just sort of, here you go. Let me give you something to feel good about. But all respect to Massive, this was dominance. From the trench play to my secondary, they were running the routes for the receivers. That's how locked in they were. That's what I've been hoping to see from these last few years. And it looks like we starting to get it. Hopefully it continues. And we can expect some big things, but this is just step one. We'll see how recruiting continues. That's looking up as well. But, you got to get the big players in here and coach them up so they become, elite players, no matter what it says on paper. So that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to continue. But thanks, Stephen A. Good luck the rest of the way as well.
Appreciate you, Georgia. Georgia broke it down. He couldn't have broke it down any better. It's all about making sure what you have on paper translate over into performance, into what's done on the field. Having these top five, top 10 year after year football team is in recruiting. I mean, it's very important. This is definitely something that's very important. And I definitely hold myself to a higher standard for my lack of recruiting. But I just got back. I'm down there very, very low right now. But I usually be into the 60s, 70s. But when you up in here in the top 10, you should be winning more games than guys down here. Just off the rip. I mean, because you have the talent. You know, at some point, it's why is the talent not translating over to the game? You know, you see Penn State in real life. Let's take it to the real life for a second. You got Penn State coach that got fired. He went to the Final Four last season, and all it took was a few losses, and now they got him up out of there. You know, you look at teams that are the history of winning is what really, really matters. And that's how I look at it when I'm reviewing people's team. I mean, it's not anything I'm holding anybody accountable. I mean, it's not that I'm overly holding people accountable, but you know, I am a reporter in real life, and that is the type of mentality that a lot of these schools have. Penn State, Bama, you know, Georgia, obviously, you know, Kirby Smart has done a great job in real life. So he's not on the hot seat. He never will be because they know how to make their stars translate over to the game. Um, but, you know, Florida, Billy Napier got up out of there. You know, those teams want to see people, they want to see these coaches win. Um, so when I look at these teams, there's only a certain amount of games you can really afford to lose when it comes to real life football. Video game, okay, yeah, we lost one or two games. We played a team that have better kids. Makes sense. But when we start talking about real life perspectives, one or two losses, Stephen A. Smith is on your ass simply because of that is how they are in real life. And I try to give the viewpoint from a real life perspective. Texas A&M losing too many games. They're 97, 96 rated year after year after year. And they haven't really, I don't think I can see, matter of fact, and I'm not just pointing out Texas A&M. I'm only pointing them out because we had to obviously interview them. But I want to show you guys something. Let's see. I want to show you guys something. Obviously, I just came back, so my all-time record is going to be less games and shit like that. But when you look at the list of teams, head coach, national. This is the national. Let's go to prestige. All right, so when you look at this list right here, you look at the bottom right, you got 48-3, 6-0, 8-1, 21-2 versus top 25. You expect that. You know, you expect that from these guys. Michigan, they're up there in prestige. Bama is up there in prestige. Florida State kind of was a little down a little bit in the first few seasons earlier in the year, but they got an A+ prestige. Penn State kind of been falling a little bit, but they are winning games. But I would definitely be on this team harder, you know, as well. Clemson, A+, 100% job security. South Carolina have been winning games. I'm going to be on them a little bit as well. Texas Tech, LSU, definitely LSU should be somewhere up top. They do have an A, but I want to see them with an A+ simply because of what they have as well. 99 rated all across the board, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely should be, that record should be better than that, in my opinion. 3-3 in bowl record, 12-10 record versus top 25. That's not good. That's barely over 500. Texas, not much different. Duke, we already know about Duke. But I think it's very impressive with what I've been seeing from Duke, but just simply because of what they've been recruiting wise. They're never in the top 20, top 25, but they're always finding themselves in a situation where they can win games. UCLA, see, Texas A&M is literally damn near at the bottom. They're 6-12 versus top 25. 6-12. That is not how you get it done. So for anybody out there that see when I be reacting to these, I didn't even know I had this over here. I knew I had something like this. I love that. But yeah, for anybody that see my shows on here and you be like, man, Stephen A. over exaggerating. We can go right here to the Prestige Coach Stats and we can see that I'm not overreacting when it comes to Texas A&M. 6-12 versus top 25 teams, but you're always having a 90+ rated football team. Not what you should want to see if you are Texas A&M, the actual school. You should definitely fire this head coach and then bring in a new one. If this was real life, if this was real life, Massive would not be the head coach of Texas A&M. USC, same thing, 5-14. Mine would have been up there, and I know the argument would have been, "Oh, you play most computer games, blase, blase." But that is what I go by, though. I go by what you're doing as far as against these top 25 teams. I love that statistic, though. This is probably one of the best statistic category that's on EA College Football is to be able to see that the coach stats. I love that. Absolutely do. But yeah, it's nothing personal when I go over these teams and give you guys my analysis. I didn't even know this until checking the coach stats, but that's basically what I've been trying to say. You have to win games, Texas A&M. You got too good of a team.